For the past month or so, I've been thinking a lot about life. And when people say that, they usually mean what they want to do with their lives, whether it be careers, entertainment, leisure, how much money they make. But I've been thinking differently, of course. I've been thinking about how much of your life really is yours. How much of your life is really being lived to its full potential. Are you living? Are you really living? Or are you just existing? On average, you're going to get about 79 years on this big rock called Earth. If you live in Monaco, it's about 90. Chad, you're lucky to live to 50. Regardless, we don't get 79 years of freedom. We get responsibilities and things that we cannot ignore. Most importantly, our bodies. Assuming you sleep 8 hours a night, on average, about a third of your life will be spent sleeping. So right away, we're down to, 53 years. If you're lucky to live that long, chances are you're watching this video, you're going to have to go to school. In most of the first world, you spend about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 36 weeks a year. That amounts to about 17,280 hours spent in the classroom. But wait, we also have to factor in homework and out-of-school activities, among other things. So this is more like you got 25,000 hours over 3 years. That means you've got about 48 years really to enjoy. Well, all this schooling and money you've spent getting a degree has to be put to some use, right? So chances are you're going to do it in a field, whatever that field is that you do your degree in. It's probably a full-time job. You'll be working 40-hour weeks pretty regularly. So let's say 2 weeks of vacation per year. The average person works about 40 to 50 years of their life. So let's just say up 45 years of work of your entire life. Time left, we're running out. We're down to about 38 years. But wait, depending on where you commute, might vary how much time you spend just commuting backwards and forwards. On average, it takes 1.5 hours a day to commute to and from work. Adding this up over the course of your entire working career, that's about 70,500 hours. It's another 2 years. We're down to 36 years. All of this work and studying really builds up an appetite, so you should probably eat something. On average, we spend about 70 minutes just eating food to survive. In your 79 years of life, you'll be spending about 32,000 hours just eating, or about 4 years of your life. We're down to about 32 years. Well, after you're done, you're gonna have to clean up. You might have some chores. You might have to wash your clothes. You might have to vacuum. You might have to do a lot of domestic duties. This amounts to nearly 29,000 hours over the course of your life. 29 years. Of course, we have to waste time as well, and we do that pretty well. A lot of you guys will be playing around with your phone. Works out to be 115,000 hours you spend looking at cat videos, watching TV, playing games. We're down to about 16 years of your life that you can actually enjoy. And when we get down to about 62, you're probably too old to enjoy life. When you think about it, over 50% of retired people over the age of 65 have some sort of disability. By the time you've gone through everything that I've already discussed, you've probably got to the point where you can't actually enjoy life anymore. And how many of you out there are going down the same path? You're running out of time. You've got things to do. I totally understand that. You've got obligations, you've got things to study, you've got work to do, you need to make some money. But when I look at life, I really think, okay, well, a lot of men, they spend a lot of time studying and getting that PhD. And in the back of their mind, they're really doing it to impress someone else. They're not really doing it for themselves. They're doing it for the possibility they might get laid. the guys that hit their midlife crisis, they go out and buy a Ferrari. Ferraris were never really invented so that men could enjoy a Ferrari. Men buy a Ferrari, this is just my opinion of course, because they think it's going to impress women. That's the whole reason for it, right? It gives them status. They know that status makes them look like a provider. They're peacocking with their Ferrari, and then they might get themselves a hot girlfriend. Guys build skyscrapers. They become architects and build the highest skyscrapers known to man, thinking that that's going to live on forever, and a girl's going to come along and they're going to say, that's my skyscraper. It's a symbol of my manhood. So maybe if I build the highest skyscraper, I might get laid. Men come along and they compare how much money they got in the bank. They compare how many businesses they've built. And nobody really cares. I don't care how much money you got in the bank, and I'm sure you don't care how much money I've got in my bank. But deep down, a lot of those men that tell you how much money is in their bank account and how successful they are, they think it's going to make them look like a provider, and it's going to attract women. And so then we get to the whole point of this video altogether, and that is, there's a hack. There's a hack, and it's not online, and it's not getting drunk and going into the nightclub, and fingers crossed some girl's gonna come up to you while you're being a wallflower in the against the wall drinking a drink. It's cold approach. It's the sweet art of cold approach. That's the hack. That's the hack that nobody likes to admit. That's the thing that can get you the girls that you like, the girls that you want, the girls that you cannot get. There's a lot of guys that have Ferraris and build skyscrapers and end up with women that they don't want because they don't properly understand the battle that's going on out there. Cold approach is the hack. That's the hack, and every second that you spend stuck in life, the life that we just discussed, means that you're wasting it. And when you have so much money, at the end, when you get to the point where you can actually enjoy it, you're probably going to be too old to use it. And that thing downstairs, it might not work anymore. Think about that. It'll just happen overnight. One night you'll just wake up, and one morning you'll just wake up and just go, oh, it's not working anymore. I spent my life trying to build up all this status in the back of my mind so that I can impress women. And it doesn't work anymore. So think about what you can do right now for your life, and that is learn the sweet art of cold approach. And it sounds like a bit of a sales ad here, doesn't it? But the top link in the description, you can sign up to do some coaching with me, and I can teach you the sweet art of cold approach. And if you want to know a little bit about my life, I haven't had the chance to buy a Ferrari or anything, but I dare say I've had a lot more success with women than most Ferrari driving guys. You can read my autobiography right here. And I've also got a free Telegram group where you can join up and get a free one-on-one chat with me just for joining up. And I think that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.